it's ready to die is what it's ready for.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
you
brutal.
did get it at an amazing price. Just saying.
Yeah, it was great when I bought it, but it's like I bought it like 6 years ago, and it's like it's ready to go, man. I gotta get something
Was
else.
it 6 years ago? There's no way it
At
was 6
least,
years
man.
ago.
I've had this. I almost
No
had the
fucking
thing.
way.
Yeah,
What kind of amazing price is this? Because if it didn't come with pussy, it's not worth it.
It came with a collection of pornography, which is like pussy.
a collection of viruses.
It was digital pussy.
You could get that from a homeless dude. I mean, it's like hepatitis. Porn
Yeah.
everywhere.
Jesus Christ, this thing's
Yeah,
horrible.
but yo, my porn was like, let's talk about good porn, okay?
I'm not kidding you, man. This thing is like it's like those old projection TVs of computers, man. It's like 700 pounds. Needs 3 people to lift it up the fucking stairs. You know.
All right, it is fucking heavy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, man. It is heavy as fuck.
Old ass computer tower that just sits there and takes up half the fucking room. You know, it's like those old computers
Man,
that.
I complain about my fucking MacBook. Jesus Christ.
This thing is shit, dude. I try to edit or do anything on it, and the fan on it sounds like it's a fucking jet engine. It's brutal.
Did you guys have porn in your life before the internet?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. We talked about that once, man.
Yeah, we're kind of on the edge, you know. Like when we were discovering porn and stuff, we were just getting into magazines, and then we discovered the internet porn, and
Like,
it really blew up.
came out, like, right when I was a kid, man. You used to have to, like, one kid would bring, like, a porno mag to fucking school, and you'd have to, like, be nice to this fucking kid just so you get a picture of this
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
horrible thing that looks like a catfish, you know?
We
Like whiskers.
were on the tail end of magazines and right at the beginning of internet porn, like right at the beginning of it.
Well, I'd say we were at the beginning of video internet porn, because I'm sure images of porn was probably out there since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
We were,
So
right when there were probably right when Kimbo Slice was like a bouncer for porn. That's when we were. That's when we turned it around. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
there was a buddy of mine named Jeremy, and we stole the porn from his house, and we watched it and realized his mom was in it.
Oh shit!
Oh, yo!
And then
shit.
we showed it to him, and he was like getting all hot and bothered me, like, yeah, she's hot, yeah, I fucked it. We're like, you realize that's your mom, right?
I love it.
He beat his dick off, didn't he?
He was ready to. I think we fucked him up for life.
Oh yeah, easily. Oh my god, that's amazing. I love it.
Yo. Okay,
Holy
speaking of fucking deliciousness, I gotta find that video again.
What are you talking about? What video?
That's-
Yeah, the video had up. Yeah.
Oh God.
I'll set it up for Ian, I guess. I mean, we found this video. It's this dude discovered how to make you. Do you know what a fleshlight is? You must know what a fleshlight is, right?
Oh, I used to own one.
Oh yeah, my friend will say.
That's not what he fucking means. Put it this way, it's someone who's closer than a friend who actually named a fleshlight after a major credit card distributor.
he calls it Visa because it was always fucking him. It was funny, but what was like more funny was Chris here. He'd go over to his place and went into his washroom once, and there it was sitting on the fucking the sill
Don't
of the
bash out the
bathtub.
story. Let me set it up, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's a wonderful summer day. Birds are chirping. Sun's out. It's great. And I had to take a piss because that's what happens, you know. You get too much liquids in you, got to piss. So I go into this dude's room, his bathroom, and I see shampoo bottle, because you know you're pissing, you're looking around, right? You know, pissing all over the walls. That's what guys do.
Chris goes through like pill bottles and then he looks up the names of the pills. That's how like thorough he is.
Oh yeah, I'm interested in what's going on. So, you know, then I see this thing, and I think it was a shampoo bottle, but my brain moves on. And then I go back and I'm like, I seen that before. I seen it. And it's like this big black fucking thing that looks like it looks kind of like a fleshlight. But it's not a flashlight. It's a flashlight. It's a flashlight without a light bulb in it. It's a flashlight with a vagina.
And of course, I mean, Chris, he's kind of like Patrice. Honestly, he just came out, just called him on it right away. Like,
Everyone
what the
else
fuck
knew
is
about
this?
For months, except me, because everyone knows if I find something out like this, I will never let it go.
Just called him right out on it.
And it became his calling card. Like, I would go out and I would meet people.
And there on the spot.
I would meet girls, and the very first time I was saying, yo, I got a friend, and he named a flashlight Visa. Would you fuck a guy that did that? And they'd be like, yeah, we would talk about it. It just became my intro to every conversation. Hey, I know this guy with a flashlight named Visa. What do you think? It was just, it was the greatest thing that I had ever seen.
Anyway, that's our flashlight story of our lives. You know, it's because it's that's all we've got. Our uninteresting lives.
Nobody will ever tell you a secret because you can't hold water.
No,
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
And he has his own radio show.
Here's the thing. It's not a secret, though. He left it out in front of the public.
Oh, man, it's too funny.
My bathroom is not for the public. It's,
It is for the public when you let people piss in it.
I mean, I don't know. It's on that line of like it's private public. I don't fucking know.
But he left it the fuck out, which means his roommate knew about it. Everyone else knew already had known about it.
Because he didn't think anybody would unscrew a flashlight.
I didn't unscrew it.
And find the
I
pussy
didn't unscrew it.
inside.
I read the fucking side. It said flashlight on it.
See, mine looked like a can
I didn't
of beer.
touch the fucking thing. I wasn't gonna touch
Really?
that fucking AIDS-infested thing. Ew.
Hey, so
Come
it's
on,
kind
man.
it was kind of like one of those the things where you hide your weed. It kind of like is that what you're talking about? Like a can of beer?
It says flashlights say flashlight on the side of the actual container. It says flashlight.
Well, it
your
doesn't
dick
sound
in
like
there
it doesn't
when
sound
you
like
don't have a
Ian's did.
vagina.
It doesn't sound like Ian's did. Well, what was yours like, Ian?
Well, here's the thing. It looked like a beer can, but it started to smell after a while, so I threw out the rubber pussy, and now that's where I keep my weed at. Is
Oh, perfect.
fake
That's
beer can.
perfect. Yeah, you know
Okay,
they sell
alright,
they sell
that's
those all over
different,
the
though.
place.
People are going to be in your house looking for a beer can to fuck, and what they're going to find is weed.
That's interesting.
But it definitely did not feel like a pussy.
Yeah,
and,
it feels weird, man. I'll say that.
Like if you want to make jacking off special, like I could see using it maybe once every couple months, but I definitely couldn't jack off with one of those all the time.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Well,
nah.
this guy right here
Yeah.
has decided that just a fleshlight was not good enough.
This guy made it super sucking fleshlight.
Oh.
Fleshlight suction. Now,
First off, he's got the voice of a fucking pedophile, but anyway.
fleshlight. And even if you already have one, I still suggest you go to pussyhack.com. Check it out. They got all kinds of cool stuff. Pussyhack.com. Alright. And so what you're going to want to do is get some suction going. Alright.
We want to get some suction going on here. Mm-hmm. Some suction.
Dude, you get your little sister.
It's kind of like create a vacuum. Something like this, mason jar. Now, it doesn't have to be a mason jar. It can be any kind of container like this. The dimensions are going to be key. I'll show you. This is about 7 inches deep. You want it to be deep enough. And
See, he's just bragging about his dick at this point.
the factor
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to be if it's too wide, then it won't create a good seal, and the either air will leak or if the fleshlight it'll pull in. When the vacuum starts to get created, it'll pull, the fleshlight will pull up into. It's too narrow, then it'll be too tight. Won't be able to work with that. This one is, I'll show you, it's about 2.5 inches wide. Now this is probably borderline too wide. I'd say somewhere 2 inches wide, 2 to 2.5, something like that. You'll just have to, depending on how big you are. And, alright. So, what you basically are going to want to do is stick it in your container. Now, I should warn you, this can be slightly dangerous.
Only slightly dangerous. Putting your dick in a thing that's gonna make a vacuum seal. Only slightly dangerous, but okay.
And I can't be held responsible. If you get hurt, I'm not liable. All right. So just be careful. There's a warning. All you want to do is stick it in there like that, and as you can see, and you're creating a seal right here. And all right, now that's basically the gist of it. You can go ahead and lube it up and enter it now if you want. That's not going to create a suction. That's just going to create a lot of pressure. So you can try that too. That can be all right too. But
you know, this guy was like a fucking NASA scientist or engineer. He's like, it's not going to create a good suction. We need some more pressure. This guy. Oh, here it comes, the reveal.
You probably know if you take a pin apart, you get this hollow plastic tube out of it. That's what you're going to need. What you're going to do is slide the pin up in here to the side. And then when you enter it, the air will leak out through the tube, and then you pull the tube out.
He's the MacGyver of pussy.
Seal.
This guy's...
So without further ado,
I think what he's
Look at
trying
this.
to
Look what he fucking does.
I'll,
Look at this shit. This shit is fucking scary as fuck.
no nudity is allowed. But got the next best thing, which will be this bad boy here. So,
I think he's trying to take care of the queef factor, because there's a lot of air pockets in a fleshlight.
Yeah, I know, right? Here, look at this. Here we go.
Now, like I was saying, you can go ahead and try to enter it now.
I'm pretty sure this guy's naked while he's doing this too. I'm almost certain.
Pressure.
Like,
That's a lot of pressure. It's not suction, it's just pressure. Right. You can tell it's a lot of pressure there. I can't really push that in any deeper. So you can try that out if you want. But for the suction, what you want to do, take this tube and slide it in there like so, like that. You see. Now when you enter it,
He's making a saw trap for his dick.
You can even hear the air escaping the tube.
Dude, I don't work that hard for pussy. What is he doing?
Then,
as I've said, this guy could, like, it gets better. It gets better. This guy could, like, design a perfect pussy. Now, could you do this already? Like,
this guy needs to work for, like, robot technology and just be in the pussy department of it. Jesus
like,
Christ.
Okay, but it gets better because this is the part where it gets fucking scary as shit, okay? I want you to think about your dick, right? Now, would you put your dick in harm's way if you knew you couldn't get it out? Chance that you might become attached to this fucking thing forever. Because I wouldn't. And I wouldn't want to think about ways I could do that.
Jesus Christ.
pull this thing out of here. Can be a little tricky.
Listen
get
to this.
that out of there.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Perfect seal.
We got a perfect seal here.
And
shit's airtight. It could go into outer space.
Start sucking on it. If I can, I'll try it.
Ah! Look at this.
Got some serious suction going, man. Can't pull it.
If you like fucking dead girls, you could get some ice cubes and put that in there too.
Ah! Ow!
Alright.
He's taking pliers and trying to pull his
Oh, it's
fucking
sucking on
cucumber out. Look at that shit.
Ain't coming out of there, boy. Imagine that's,
That's fucking messed up. Holy shit. He had to stab the cucumber with the
You have to
pliers.
stab. dick to pull it the fuck out.
He's putting it in. Like, holy shit, he's making holes in
That's
this
your dick right now, getting stabbed.
Turning blue, and just, you can't even get the fucking thing
You're bleeding out of your
Holy
cock right
shit.
now while this thing's sucking cum
This guy
out.
needs to take a ball-peen hammer and bust the mason jar. Holy shit. That's crazy.
That is an awkward 911 call.
Yeah, exactly. Almost as bad as the zipper or the window. Oh my god. Holy shit.
I know what you guys think, bro, but I definitely put my dick in there, man. I'm grabbing pound my dick. I put it in there, man. I ain't scared of nothing, bro.
Ian, I'd like to introduce you to. I'd like to introduce.
Nothing, bro. It ain't worth shit, bro.
Hugh Morrow, I believe his name is.
Morrow will be a fucking world champion, bro. On the flashlight league, bro.
Morrow.
Perfect suction.
Oh, the fucking holy shit! The flashlight went right into the mason jar. There's so much suction, it just pulled it right in. Oh my god. That's some messed up shit.
Look at this. He's showing it off. I want to know how he figured this out. He must have done it himself and somehow got his dick out.
He spent way too much time thinking about this.
No, this guy needs to show us his dick and show us the pliers that he still has in his fucking cock. That's what he needs to do.
Oh man. How many mason jars did he have to smash?
He pulled his dick out with pliers. Because, look at this. He had the pliers already ready.
Yeah, he knew.
That means
he knew it was coming.
This before.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, man. I can't believe. Why is he thinking so much about that? Well, like, he should be thinking about how to pick up chicks, and like his game. Work on his game, not his jerk-off game.
If you can make one of those, you can make meth, and meth is a great gateway to terrible pussy, but it's better than using pliers.
To get your dick out of a mason jar.
You might catch a disease, but you'll still have your dick.
Exactly.
You know?
Holy.
You can worry about bleeding out from stabbing your cock later.
That's the kind of desperate you can just smell on a guy. Jesus Christ.
Especially how he's like, I got this here bad boy here. Ooh, he's coming out, boy. Ooh,
how many videos could this guy really have? His name is Wonder Wanker.
I have no idea. This just popped up under like one of them, like the advertising ones in the yellow bar thing.
Wow.
And
how many views? How many views?
It has in like the hundreds of thousands, man. It's got like 125,000.
That's ridiculous.
I want to see this. It has 400,405 fucking views.
Wow.
So next week, Kane Carter will be sticking his dick in a fleshlight with his original invention.
Shit. Whoa, you guys, this guy's got shit tons of videos. He's got hot jerking off, best male flashlight masturbator, virgin tight flashlight. He's got another video about making a tight flash. Oh my god.
This guy's desperate for
This guy is a suction freak.
I'm glad he has passion.
Yeah, he's playing to the right crowd. There's a lot, like, everybody jerks off, man, right?
Yeah, but how to make lube? Like, he's just, the guy, like, the economy clearly fucked this guy, and he's looking for new revenue streams and ways to save money. I'll make my own lube. I'll make I don't want to pay for new pussy. I'll just make a pussy that's, so tight that it could go in outer fucking space,
What can I say? He found his niche.
He made an airlock vagina. I want you to think about it. He made an airlock vagina.
Crazy, man. Astronaut pussy.
Super sucking fleshlight. Good to 10,000 leagues under the seas. And that's how airtight it is on proof. He should be selling these to fucking, like, sailors and submarines and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And astronauts.
We should...
this guy needs to... This guy's got, like... a fucking future here in the fucking airtight pussy game.
You should apply to NASA. Anyway, let's move on. You got that bitch advice from Ellie?
Oh, we gotta listen to Ellie and her. I don't even know where it is.
Ian, every episode we try to get to an advice column called Ellie. We don't know her last name, but she's retarded. She's giving out horrible advice in the newspaper, the Toronto newspaper, I believe. And these bitches are asking retarded questions and just get retarded advice.
Okay, Ellie's running out of shit, okay? Because here's one question. It's just, I'm obsessed with a boy at school, anonymous in New York. She actually responded to a fucking 10-word sentence.
Jesus Christ. All right, go on with it. You're not going to read it?
I'm not even going to read that. But
okay, there's just an example, eh?
We got one that's pretty fucked. Here we go. Question. My mother-in-law is one of my best friends. Okay, you're already a fucking loser, but, you know. what? Because she fucking just berates you all the time and tells you how, like, you're not good enough for her fucking son, and she's one of your best friends?
Just desperate for attention.
However, her husband, my husband's stepfather, gives me the creeps. I've always had a feeling that there was something very wrong, particularly with leaving my children with him. Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. Now, it seems that he's actively grooming my children. He takes over while my husband... while my husband and I are parenting, and makes it seem like he's the only other person on our children's side. Oh, shit. Okay, you know what? He's already touched them.
Oh, yeah.
He's already touched them. I'm sorry. Your child's innocence is gone now.
He's done something. They've got
the Stockholm Syndrome for sure.
Broom closet grandpa.
Okay. I've never heard that.
I've spoken to my husband and my own parents about my concerns, and it's agreed that if I'm uneasy, we shouldn't allow him to be alone with him ever. I don't want to stop my mother-in-law. I thought that was like MILF or something.
Yeah, she forgot the F.
I stop my MILF from babysitting, but she does allow him time alone with them. How can I bring this up without damaging our relationship, as she's easily hurt and insulted? I love her, but not enough to allow my children to be put in harm's way.
Maybe at Thanksgiving dinner when they're all sitting around the turkey, hey, Grandpa, did you fuck the kids?
Grandpa, you can't sit at the children's table. Come up here. You're not a kid anymore.
Those chairs are too small for you.
I feel like she's conflating two different issues, because it says he's stepping in to give parenting advice, and she's worried he might fuck the kids.
Yeah.
What she's saying and
she doesn't want to hurt the mother-in-law's feelings.
Well, here's what I think happened. He stepped in one time and was like, "You shouldn't give the kids sugar after 10 p.m." And she's like, "You're trying to fuck my kids.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how to be a parent."
Control freak.
Yeah.
Wait, see, here's the thing. She doesn't actually give an example. She just says that he takes over when my husband and I are parenting, and it seems like he's the only other person on our children's side. So what is that? That's kind of like...
it's like when
saying no candy.
Yeah. When they're disciplining.
With Twizzlers or some shit?
Yeah, what she's saying is when they're disciplining the kids, he's going, "Oh, no, it's okay. Let them do it. Fuck it." You know, he's
Oh, you know what that means? Yeah. He's definitely fucking one of the kids. Absolutely.
He's doing something. Like, he feels bad for touching them, and now he's got to be on their side whenever they're getting in trouble. You know? This guy's doing something wrong.
Listen,
okay, so basically, Ellie says, getting to the point, your main evidence is his tendency to interfere by trying to win the kid's confidence. I guess I would say affection over confidence, but Ellie, you're probably an English major, so whatever. Anyway, apparently, this is what it is. Okay, what did she say? Like, she's trying to say, like, you need to define a boundary with the mother-in-law for her husband and make sure that she's okay with making sure it doesn't fucking happen. How about you just do this? You don't want to hurt the the bitch's feelings. You just be like, listen, my best friend, like, your mother-in-law is your best friend. Just be like, listen, I don't want Paul here or Dan to be near the kids because he's touching them. How about that? Just say it. There's no point in going around this shit. If she's really your best friend, she's gonna appreciate your clairvoyance, you fucking idiot.
Well, there's no 5-part conversation where you gradually bring that up. If someone's trying to fuck your kid, go, hey, quit trying to fuck my kid. That's the whole conversation. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. You're not gonna fuck my kid.
Yeah, like, Ellie's advice is just, bring it up and dissolve a boundary, come up with a boundary. How about, listen, Susie, I love you. I love your son's balls, as per the evidence of my children. But I also would like your husband's balls not to go near their balls. You get what I'm saying? If you have to talk in code like that, that's fine. But this is your kids here. This is your kids. They're supposed to come before you and your fucking feelings. You gotta put your fucking children ahead of your fucking friends, or else don't have any. Because that's what happens when you have kids. You give up having fucking friends and shit.
Have you tried writing Ellie yet?
No, I haven't, and I think I'd like to have Ellie come on our show and talk about why she's giving horrible advice. Ellie, you probably don't even have kids.
Oh man, maybe that should be that could be a good bit. What if we what if we wrote in with like different kind of like it seems like it's good like a good question, but at the same time we know that it's like retarded, and we just read her retarded advice every week. That'd be a great bit.
Here's what you
do. Get in if she's responding to fucking I'm obsessed with a boy at school. She's going to answer us.
Yeah.
You write in and you say, Dear Ellie, I was in my father-in-law's bathroom and I found a airtight fleshlight named after my son.
And it had a cucumber in it and there were pliers in it and there were a picture of his dick in a similar orifice with pliers in it, and he was bleeding all over the place, and there was a video camera, and the computer was on. What do I do?
And I'm afraid he's a little obsessed with my son.
Yeah, I think he might be obsessed with tight vaginas, as he's got all these uploads about how to make virgin-tight pussies and make your own lube.
You should give a crazy description like that, but then the real question at the end is, so how do I get him to start eating less salt?
His vegetables. I love that.
If you want him to start eating less salt, first off, I think you should try and, make your own airtight, virgin pussy, and then give it to him and tell him that he can only have it if he cuts down on his sodium intake. And then after weeks of his blood results coming back with low sodium levels, you fuck him in the ass with that English cucumber with the pliers in it.
Exactly. That's
Her advice sucks shit.
Man, that's a great bit. We'll get right on that. I love it.
Look at this shit. Ellie on her website says, Ellie, great advice 6 days a week. You know why she takes a day off? She takes a day off to try and come up. She probably writes. I bet you she writes these fucking questions.
Because she's like,
her advice. Why would anyone continue with her shitty advice?
Wouldn't it be great if a woman said, like, great advice 3 weeks out of the month? But that
just that 1 week, it's like, tell him to fuck off. I fucking hate him. Ah!
It's like, don't write me if I'm on the rag, because fuck you.
Oh man, she posts a schedule of her periods in the newspaper. Don't write me during these weeks.
Anyway, I just want to reiterate, concerned about my children or whatever the fuck her name was, something like that. Just when you had kids, you kind of gave up having friends, and obviously you did because you're best friends with your mother-in-law. No one is best friends with their mother-in-law pre-having kids. I don't care who.
Exactly.
Okay, even. Like, so you gotta do what's right for your kids, and it's gonna suck that you might have to be like, here's what I want to know: what is her husband's opinion on this? Because what if he's one of them dudes who's like, his father-in-law was really his dad? Because if she, you know what I mean? Because then it would be really hard for her to be like,
Here's the question. If he was a child fucker, wouldn't he have fucked her husband when he was a kid?
Well, she didn't say that he fucks him. She just said he gets, like, way too close. But, like, obviously her dad... wouldn't... You don't just all of a sudden go, these kids look delicious. I'm just going to start combing them and... like.
By the way, if I can plug something, the latest episode of my podcast, ianellis.podbean.com, is called I Didn't Fuck That Kid. So
that's a great... holy shit, that brought everything right back into that. I didn't even think of that. By the way, I listened to that. Very funny. It's good shit. You do that every week?
I try to do it every week. My schedule's been changing, so I've been missing a couple here and there, but yeah, I try to do a new 5 to 7 minutes every week.
I kind of like how you do it. It's like it's your stand-up, right? And then you throw up a recording of it?
Yeah, the way I build my act is I do new material every week, and I try and save like a minute. Like if a minute goes really well, that goes into the act.
Nice,
So-
very nice.
I gotta say one thing is a lot of those crowds fucking suck. To be honest with you. That's what it feels like. Like, not gonna lie, this is what I'm criticize jokes being someone who feels like he's in a similar spot with jokes, whereas like your jokes are literally like hit and miss. Like you're either gonna hit it out of the fucking field, like that joke about bitches with them pussies. I don't remember.
The one you can't remember that you're gonna criticize.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying. I like the dynamic of his act. It was a backhanded compliment, you fucking ignorant ginger bitch. I like comedians that go for broke.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell me I was talking to a ginger.
I'm gonna build up my joke and try and milk the crowd for applause.
That's the whole dynamic of our name. You know, it's our homage to Patrice, but I've got this red beard that just so
He's
I would
a fucking daywalker, by the way.
I wouldn't shut the fuck up about all the black Phillip and the beige Phillip stuff. So we were like, red Phillip.
That's all I hear. I'm like, I already know this shit. I've been listening to it for months.
Yeah. So that's where
I was trying to give
Irish,
him a compliment
Scottish.
that I like that shit. I prefer people that think of themselves like the Muhammad Ali of fucking.
Yeah, I'm just saying the way it
comedy,
sounded.
where they're not gonna pad their fucking shit. They're just gonna go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Either-
the way it sounded was a non-comedian was about to criticize a comedian, and I just I wanted to
I like it.
nip
I
that in
don't
the
like
bud.
guys like Jerry Seinfeld who try and like.
Yeah, exactly.
Which sounds, like a bagpipe that's just being deflated and then going.
And Chris as an icon, that's okay.
Yeah.
I like comedians that will fucking say what they want and fucking go for a big joke and then try and keep going and swing and miss. Versus fucking guys who. Hey, how about the ladies in the crowds? Oh, fellas, gotta keep them in. They keep us in line. Fuck all that crowd milking shit. Yeah, give it up for the troops. Yeah, all that great. I hate that shit. This guy's a real fucking dude, Red Phillip. You could learn something about him.
I think you could too.
Yeah. Whatever. You know what?
Jesus
Fuck you, Ian,
Christ.
if you don't like me. I don't give a shit. I try and be nice to
Oh
you.
wow, man.
And then you turn around and try. You both have been conspiring against me this whole fucking show.
Yeah, that was the
Listen,
plan.
wait. What did Mr. 12 subscribers have to say about the greatest comedian alive today?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, 4. It's 4 subscribers, by the way.
Oh Jesus.
What, Jerry Seinfeld? Fuck him. I don't even think I refuse to recognize Jerry Seinfeld as a comic. I don't think he's a comic.
Oh my god.
You have to think of comedy as being at levels. So like level 1.
Oh, I know it's
funny?
no. Listen. Here's my thing.
And
I want to explain.
we're level -5, so we have nothing to say on that.
Let me preface this by saying is I respect anybody in the game of funny, even though I hate Jerry Seinfeld, because I will always tell people this. People go, well, that's not funny, right? Well, I go, it was funny, you just didn't like it. I think Patrice might have said that. I got a quote because now he thanks Kane Carter. But I don't find Jerry Seinfeld funny, but that doesn't mean he's not funny. I don't like his kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a master at what he does. It's just not for you.
Kind of funny that I feel comfortable hearing.
What I've understood is that comedy is this whole making it seem like you didn't work, like you didn't think of all, like it's all off the cuff, but it's not off the cuff, right?
Yeah.
No.
That's the illusion.
And that's why Jerry Seinfeld's great at it, because the illusion of it being just off the top of his head, it's so rehearsed, but doesn't look like it at all.
Well, here's why Patrice was so great is that he would try and forget his act. So he might want to debate whether or not pussy has value. Rather than going up and telling that as a joke, he would pick someone in the audience, ask them if pussy has value, and then debate their opinion.
Yeah, I recently watched Elephant in the Room for like the second time, but what I liked was, because what I heard about specials is they'll go to several different locations with cameras, or 2 or whatever, right? And he wears the same clothes or some shit, and then they kind of edit it all together to make it seem like the same show, right?
Yeah, like if you ever saw Mitch Hedberg's, he fucking bombed his nuts off.
Yeah.
But they cut it so it looks like he killed.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I liked about Patrice's is like there's no way they did that, because he's interacting with the audience almost the entire time, so it must have been the same show, right?
I think they did 2 shows. One of the best stories is Zach Galifianakis. He did he did a show where he just kept taking off layers of sweaters, so they couldn't edit it in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. See, it's like it just makes you realize that how legitimate and righteous Patrice was, right? You know,
Yeah.
he just interacting with the audience like that, and it's not crowd work. It's literally, what's your opinion on how I feel about this?
I don't like crowd work. Although Patrice, like, I don't mind if he's just asking someone and trying to talk about their opinion, but
Yeah.
I don't like, when comedians like there was one guy, my best example is the guy that Jamie Foxx ripped on, like at the roast of Emmett Smith, where the guy's bombing on the stage, and then he's like,
What's that?
have you seen that one? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
That's the most brutal. His career ended. That was like.
Oh, that's what I mean, and that's why I loved it, because he started trying to work the crowd as he's bombing, and then Jamie Foxx is like, I just did another joke that didn't go over. Maybe I should. I'll talk about how black people have to struggle. Yeah, that'll get him on my side. And then he fucking did. Like, that guy, his career was done after that. You're right. No one. I think his name was Doug Williams, I think.
Sounds right. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But I said I was trying. Yes, maybe with a backhanded compliment. What I was saying is, I like the way you're going about your business.
I appreciate it.
I don't like comedians that want to. You're like let's see. You're kind of like I don't know. You're kind of like the way Tom Brady was. He's gonna throw it deep. You throw it deep. You're not trying to play nickel and dime offense. We're just gonna pick up 5 yards here, 2 yards here. Running up the field. That's boring to me. I don't like to. I like the West Coast offense. I like the Raiders of the '80s, baby. I'm talking bombing it out, man. I'm talking Fred Biletnikoff. Where are you at? Catch that shit. That's what I like.
Yeah,
Go
Ian.
deep. Every play.
Ian, now every time you're with a girl, you can tell her that Chris Craig says you throw it deep.
Oh.
He throws it deep.
Speaking of comedians, I got
This is Rich Gannon throwing to Jerry Rice.
I got Jim Norton's opening here. Let's check this out. Ian, I don't know if you've seen this yet.
Here's the thing. Ben Phillip is trying to turn this like, now there's a beef between me and you, and now you'll not want to come back and do the show. That's what he's trying to do.
No,
I
I'm
already
not.
see the way he's
I'm trying to rip apart everything you're saying because I don't know, because I got nothing else to say.
Can we just hug it out?
Exactly.
Yeah, hug it out through the internet.
You fucking.
I need
man,
the crash sound for that shit. Jim Norton, obviously. His new American Degenerate opening was released, and I think it's pretty funny. So I've got it here. Let's check it out.
Don't be scared, you little bitch. I mean, never gonna play out. You're my favorite character. I cried when you got shot. You're an annoying motherfucker. You do know that, right? Come in.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's good.
Are those tits on your back? They do look nice.
Thanks.
Please let me know when you're done violating Mr. Norton, because he's got to get on stage soon.
Shit. Damn. Well, in that case, everybody, get on your motherfucking feet and let's give a warm motherfucking welcome for the legendary Jim Norton. Yeah, baby!
Yeah. All right. That's Jim Norton's American Degenerate. Apparently, that's not the full thing either. There's a little bit more added to it. Someone else, a special guest or whatever. I think that airs Friday tomorrow on Epix. I don't know what time. I'm not gonna plug his shit for him.
Yo, what was I gonna say? Oh, it's coming to London tomorrow.
Who's
Doug
that?
Stanhope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Doug just
rejected our
Stanhope.
show. of course. But
You rejected our feeble attempt to get an interview with him.
I don't give a shit. He should have been on the show.
Ah, man, we're way too small for that shit yet.
But
But
first, let's talk about Jim Norton, because I want your opinion on this. On Opie and Anthony, he fucking kills. He's the funniest fucking person ever. But his
Absolutely.
stand-ups, he tells too many corny jokes.
I don't know how to. I don't know.
I wish he would like tell more stories, because he's a genuinely funny dude. But his jokes are just fucking lame.
He's he's trying too hard with his stand-up. You know, he doesn't try hard in the studio, and that's why he's funny, because it just comes out naturally. It doesn't feel natural when he's on stand-up. You know.
And I don't know if that's trying to like build an audience with the mainstream, or what the fuck is going on there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
When I turned this dude on that I worked with on to Patrice O'Neill, and he said he doesn't find Patrice's stand-up funny at all, but him on Opie and Anthony, when it's just going for off the cuff, is the shit. And I think maybe it's the same way with Jim Norton. Maybe it's more comfortable in the studio than on the stage.
I think that's
when it's in the
absolutely
studio,
it.
it's not prepared.
Yeah,
What was great about Patrice is his freestyle on Opie and Anthony would be better than most comics' actual act.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
just
I'd
think
say
it
it's
out
better
loud.
than name like maybe Pryor, Carlin, like those are the only people I think even have better shit than like his whole fucking what was that thing? Oh, It's Cold Out Here. Like that had me in fucking tears, man.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Or it's raining stuff. There's just
God,
hours
yes.
and hours. Yeah, hours and hours of just him doing off-the-cuff, amazing stuff that it couldn't even work on stage because it required the setup, right? The setup and the feeling and the...
Well, a lot of his act, if you watch it, it actually comes from interviews. Like if you're watching his Mark Maron interview or his Juan Epstein interview, those became the setups in his release Better Than You and his album that just came out Tuesday, the unreleased material.
Oh, no shit. Okay, well,
So
that's pretty
conversationally,
awesome.
he would bring that into his stand-up.
I mean, that was his comedy as well. It was so conversational, right? Like they weren't exact jokes. It was just his thoughts on things and how he'd add that little bit of funny to it, that little twist on life that nobody else had.
So you were talking about Pryor and Carlin. Patrice was way better than both of them, and I'll tell you why. Because comedy, if you look at it in levels, level one is, are you funny? Because if you're not funny, I don't care how smart or clever you are, nobody gives a shit. Level two, do you take intellectual risks? Carlin was the master of that. He took all the intellectual risks. But then level three is, do you take emotional risk? So that would be like Mark Maron.
Say that again, sorry?
Level three would be, do you take emotional risk, like Mark Maron?
Okay.
And then level four is, can you get other responses from the audience? Can you make them mad and still kill? Can you make them uncomfortable and still kill? And Patrice did that on a level higher than anybody else that's ever done it.
Oh, I said this. I said this to my boy who I work with. I said this. I was like, if Patrice had lived another 5 years, I think he would have like superseded Pryor and Carlin. I think he would have been the best ever. That's what I think, honestly. I think because he just needed more time. You know what I mean?
Everybody said that.
Everybody
said he's just he was just finding it. He was just getting that perfect act down. He was just finding his little thing.
Was like he was like a pitcher in the fourth inning throwing a perfect game, and then the game gets rained out. So it's gone forever. That's all it was. If he could have played all 9 innings, man, we would have been perfect game.
Absolutely. So I mean, it's too bad, but it's like at least he did something. You know what I mean? Like he could have.
You know what I say about Patrice?
Well,
this is one thing I say about Patrice.
What do you
I
go?
say about Patrice. He fucking didn't. He's not like the Simpsons. He went out like on top. He didn't go out in the 20th fucking season. He went out not when he should have, but at least we have nothing bad to say about him. Like, oh, he just got shitty.
Right. There was never a moment where.
Sure. So you were talking about Stanhope.
Oh yeah, he's coming to London. Our London, and
tomorrow.
Oh shit, where'd he go?
Fuck!
Damn it. God damn it. Could this fucking podcast go any fucking worse? You know, like, I'm just trying to make this shit work. God damn it. This is fucking brutal, man. Like, oh, he's back.
Hey!
Perfect.
I'm back. All right.
Yeah. God, I was just saying, could this podcast, you know, get any worse?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of editing, man.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. On my shitty ass, slow ass computer.
So what I'll do in September, I'll strip the audio off of this and put it up on my podcast with some links, and hopefully get your subscribers up.
Yeah, throw us out there. I mean,
nice, yo. Like,
I'm not kidding you. Like, we were at 1, and then we talked to Dante. We figured the shit out with Dante, and we got the that page up of trying to get them on O&A, and now we're up to 4, and we're getting 30 listeners per episode. So I mean, we're going up. You know what I mean? I know we're shit, and we suck right now.
Fuck.
We're going up though. You know. So it's like.
Well, I'm amazed you guys don't have more because of that Lindy West thing.
Oh man, I wish, right? Like, that was amazing. I was so happy when you noticed that I did that, because that was all me. As soon as I started tweeting.
TV.
What was on TV?
I did the same thing you did. I immediately started shitting on her.
Yeah.
And they did a video where they played some of the tweets we got, and they mentioned you guys in it.
No way.
So your Twitter was on Kamal Bell, the follow-up thing.
What?
what did they say about it?
They didn't say anything. Some of the jokes that they got, read one of your lines on air.
Oh my god, you're fucking kidding me.
Fucking
So
stupid.
you're
cunts.
famous. You didn't even know it. You motherfucker.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. Holy shit. Like, oh man, you know what? Tweet me the link or fucking link it to me, because that's amazing. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I'll track it down. It's on the internet.
Oh man.
Here's the thing, man. This is all Red Phillip, though. He does all this shit. Like I look at it like this. All I did was plant the seed. He's the one that grew it into a fucking field. I might have planted the seed, and you need the seed to begin, but he grew the field. He grew the field, man, and he tends to it. I just kind of sit back and gaze upon the beautiful agriculture that I've created. That's all I do. You know.
Well, if you guys are willing to put 10 years into it, like.
Absolutely, man. We're in this for the long haul. This is just fun for us. We do this every week. You know, we try to bring the funny. You know, like, that's why as soon as I noticed you're a comedian, you're interested in this shit, got to get you on here, because we really just want to bring the funny. We have these 2 other guys that are kind of in it, kind of not. They're not really dedicated.
Okay, let's be so. Whoa. Let's keep it real. They're in it, but they're not in it to win it.
Yeah, they're here every once in a while, and they don't really bring much. You know, I mean, Mo, our other guy, he would definitely bring more if he was more available and had some better technology. But he's not really around.
Speaking of technology, I don't think you can quite talk, but okay.
I've got some better. I'm better than him, but just by like 0.5.
Oh, okay,
you know?
so you're comparing a horse and a buggy to a guy who's hoping to get there by shitting out his ass and hoping that propels him forward.
Here's the hope I'll give you, which might be poison to your soul. Here in Chicago, we have Red Bar Radio, which is hosted by Mike David.
Yeah.
And he started out doing exactly what you're doing, internet radio, into a podcast. Now he's consistently in iTunes top 10. He's released 3 albums that went to #1 on iTunes. He's currently on a world tour. Just doing his podcast, and he completely makes his living off of the show. So
see, that's amazing. That doesn't shit on my soul at all. It actually makes me feel good that something could happen from it, you know.
But it took 10 years for him to build that
right.
audience of 100,000 diehard shitheads.
Right. The whole thing like Opie and Anthony, right? It took them 20 years. So to me, it's like, this is us showcasing what we can do. It's like. Now we're doing this, and we can take the best of all of our shit eventually, and say, look, this is what we can do. We're funny. We do this stuff good. You know, give us a radio show. Do whatever. You know what I mean?
You got to just go take over that radio station so you get better audio quality.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. Mo, if you are listening in Edmonton, Alberta, get us on this fucking station.
Yeah. In what was it, Vaughan? You said.
Well, can you just
North York, man.
Can you guys even just go
I
in there?
can see the tower across from my fucking house here, man, in North York.
Can you just record it over there but not put it over the air?
I doubt they'd let us do that.
Right now,
I doubt they'd let us do that.
Right now, I'm working on finding a place where I'm going to maybe invest in some recording equipment and